Yeah, we're looking to kick on from last year. I think up until early February we'd had a good season. In all honesty, we were perhaps punching above our weight a little bit. But I think someone said the other day, the game the first week in Feb, if we beat Marine when we drew, we'd have gone six. So for a large part of it, we did well. We probably overachieved a bit, and then we lost a few lads and brought a few in that didn't quite work, and we had a pretty poor finish. So we've been conscious this year of bringing in some more senior players, some more experienced players that can probably see the season out and see us through some of them bad, them sort of poor spells that we had, and we probably had too many youngsters last year.
So in terms of the squad, are you happy with where you're at the moment?
Yeah, I'm pleased. We've done a lot of business early. We brought in the experienced players, like I said, and even the younger players we've looked at are the right characters. They play in the way we want them to, and they've had some good experience, even though they might be 24, 25. They've played at some good clubs and had some good experience. So we're pleased with that. We still need to fill a few positions, and we've got probably, 8 or 9 trialists that have been with us right through pre-season, and now they're getting some minutes against Burnley and Abbey Hale tomorrow. I think it's only fair we have a look at them, but we'll only be looking to probably take 2 or 3 out of that number.
So the last time I spoke to you, there was a little bit of uncertainty about the budget. Have you got a good budget this season?
It's the same, so that's good. That was big news. That was like getting an increase for me, because all along we were told it would be less. Right. So the board, to be fair to them, have dug deep and found us the same budget. Whilst it's not a top end budget to challenge, it gives us at least a chance to try and work on what we got wrong last year in terms of bringing in some more experience. Me and Gaz have looked at what we've done right and wrong and tried to improve on that, and we're trying to get that right. But it won't be that we're throwing silly money at it. It'll still be the same project, but hopefully we've learned a little bit from last year and we can improve.
And in terms of specific players, last time I spoke to you, you weren't sure if Scott Backer had returned, but he has returned, so that must put a smile on your face.
Yeah, it gives me sleepless nights. But we're pleased with the lads we could bring back. We tried to bring back the ones we really wanted. We lost out on 1 or 2, but I'd say we got 80% of what we wanted back. Scott being one of them, Ross Dent, Neil Kengy, Mark Lees, Greg Wilkinson. So we've got some. I hope I've not missed anyone out there. Brought some good lads back that we wanted, and then we had some targets that we went out to get, and we've got Hobbo's coming up front. Missed the physical presence all last year, which we think will help Neil and Scott, instead of asking them to do things they're not natural to. Nathan Valentine is an attacking midfielder. We definitely needed more goals from midfield, so we're happy with that. And Steve O'Halloran came in at the back, experienced. He's got promoted in this league. Smashing character, real sort of leader, good lad. Amongst the group and in the changing rooms, and sadly we also brought Ross Killican, who's got an injury, and we're currently waiting on the results from his MRI, so fingers crossed for him, but we may need to do something there if Ross is out for a while.
So in terms of training, I've noticed on social media you've been out at Cheatham's Park doing a little bit of running and stuff like that. What do you look for in pre-season? Is it just fitness or gelling together? What is it?
A bit of both, really. I mean, I was never a keen runner, so I try and bear that in mind when I'm asking them to do it. So we have a couple of sessions of getting stuck into them, and then we get a lot of our work done with the footballs, which is what they're doing now. It's been a funny pre-season because we had the Barnsley game very early, which was brought in for sort of financial reasons and the chance to bring a club like Barnsley in as much as anything. And we don't start till August the 17th, so you're talking about a 10-week pre-season there, which is a lot. So we've tried to have little mini breaks. We all went to Chester races on the weekend and had a bit of a sort of bonding day, which was good fun. So we're trying to make it where we've got a nice, good group of lads, a tight group. But they're getting enough work in as well, and we've had 3 friendlies now as well, and another one tomorrow.
So you mentioned the social side of things, and you're an experienced player in the Football League. How important is the social side of things to team bonding and stuff like that? Yeah,
it's massive because you need that togetherness, and I felt that was lacking a little bit last year. Not down to anybody being a bad character, more so there was just a lot of young boys knocking about, and probably too many lone players, so you don't get that bond. And like I've said before, I think for any club at any level to be successful, you need the whole club pulling in the right direction, and certainly trying to make that happen, on the field, and try and get a nice tight-knit group of lads.
Looking at the division, it looks really tough this season. You've got the likes of Ashton United who seem to be throwing money at the squad. Does that make your life a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, it's a tough league. I think South Shields have signed the boy from Southport, Gilchrist, yesterday. And I think they've gone sort of semi-full time. I think they're 3 or 4 mornings a week, South Shields in our league, which is pretty unheard of. Yeah. So, you'll get all of last year's boys going again. Buxton, Warrington, Scarborough, South Shields, all strong teams. Ashton look like they're having a right go. I know some of the lads they brought in, like Luca Haven, good players. Probably leaving out Gainsborough. I know Matlock have got money, so you can rattle off 10 teams straight away that have got good finances, that are up and running, that are maybe having another go at something they've already had a go at, with solid sort of setups. So it'll be difficult, and I think the challenge in this league is compared to the league below when I was at Clitheroe. There was always 3-4 teams, with all due respect, that you could think we can be half at it and win today. But it's so competitive, our league. It's hard from the top to the bottom. There's nobody you can go and think, right, we're going to win today if we're not at it. You have to be at it every week. And it was the same last year, whether you played Workington, you were in a right fight. But on the flip side, you could go to South Shields and give them a game yourself. There was very little between all the teams, and I think the finance and the strength of the squads is what comes through at the end. I think the stronger financial teams and squads come through and they make up the top 8, and that's the challenge for us. We'll have a small squad and we'll have to ride our luck with injuries and suspensions.
So you said you've got a small squad. We know finances are quite tight at the moment. How important then is an FA Cup run going to be? Is that a priority this season? Yeah,
it was last year. It depends who we get, really. I mean, we had a tough one last year. We had Ratcliffe, who were top at the time, away, and we lost 1-0. And whilst we were disappointed, there wouldn't be a whole lot between the better teams in that league and where we were. So hopefully if we can get the right draws and get a few wins under our belt and get a few finances in. And I felt we let ourselves down in the trophy last year. We'd got through Buxton and Nantwich, who were good teams, and lost to Workington at home. I think then they had Ramy, and Ramy went quite well in it. So we missed the trick a little bit there. So we will be doing our best to go as far as we can in the cups, for our own reasons and for the club's reasons. And like I said, we'll need a bit of luck because it is a small squad. We've tried to get some quality in it, but that costs. So what we've had to spend, we've had to sort of reduce the numbers a bit.
You're head of academy. How's that going at the moment?
It's going well. We're busy in recruitment. Obviously last year's crop are finished now for the summer, and we've lost the second years, and we've only got a small pool from last year of first years. We were only left with real small numbers of first years, so we're having to work really hard on bringing next year's school leavers. We've got some trials coming up. So Sunday, July the 28th at 10:30 here, and we've got on Friday, August the 9th at 6 p.m. here. So there are two. Anybody that's just left school that's looking to do something in football or BTEC sport, them 2 trial dates, we'll put them out. They'll be on social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And we're going to have to work really hard to get numbers up. And whilst we're trying to improve a little bit of quality, and it's hopefully they can see we've had a couple of boys involved pre-season. Hopefully that'll help any lads leaving now to see that there is that pathway.
And I'm also led to believe that you're forming an under-21s team as well.
Yeah, which is good. It's come to us through the under-18 manager, Craig. He's taken them boys from 8 or 9 right through. They're not in the academy due to other educational commitments, A-levels, and some of them have jobs. But they're a good group. There's some talented boys, and they've got to 16, and we've sat around the table and said, why lose them, kind of thing, to somebody else. So we've now got the 21, so we have the academy, we have an under-18s, we've got all the Stalybridge juniors, the first team. This is a bit of an in-between, if you like, for the 18, 19-year-olds, and it's the same. We often get, good lads at 19, 20 coming to us that might not be ready for the first team, but now they can go and play in the 21. So it made sense on a lot of reasons. We had to make sure it worked financially, which Craig has done a great job of, and making that work financially. So for anybody that wants to join, there's that option now of an under-21s. Again, direct pathway to the first team. A lot of the boys that will be using this year on the bench will be from the 21s. I'd imagine nearly every week the first team will have 1 or 2 boys that are from either the academy or the under-21s. So it's a real chance for them to come and be involved.